When people hear the name Shakira, they think of unforgettable songs, incredible dance moves, and one of the biggest music stars in the world. But behind the fame, the awards, and the sold-out concerts is a woman whose journey has been filled with sacrifice, heartbreak, determination, and an unbreakable spirit. Shakira Isabel Mebarak Ripoll was born on February 2, 1977, in Barranquilla, Colombia. She grew up in a loving family, but life wasn't always easy. From an early age, she loved music, poetry, and performing. While other children were playing outside, Shakira was writing poems and dreaming of becoming a singer who could touch hearts around the world. Her passion was obvious, but so were the challenges. When she was still a little girl, her school choir teacher told her that her voice sounded unusual and wasn't good enough for singing. For many children, those words would have ended the dream forever. But Shakira refused to believe that someone else could decide her future. Instead of giving up, she practiced even harder, turning criticism into motivation. By the age of 13, she signed her first recording contract. It felt like the beginning of everything she had dreamed about. But reality hit hard. Her first 2 albums were commercial failures. They sold very few copies, and many people believed her music career was already over before it had truly begun. Imagine being only a teenager and watching your biggest dream fall apart. Most people would have accepted defeat. Shakira didn't. She continued writing songs from her heart, believing that if she stayed true to herself, one day people would listen. That moment finally arrived in 1995 with the release of her album Pies Descalzos. The album became a huge success across Latin America and completely changed her life. Suddenly, the young girl who had once been rejected was becoming one of the brightest new stars in Latin music. But Shakira wasn't satisfied with regional success. She dreamed much bigger. Many people warned her that crossing into the English-language music industry would be too difficult. Learning another language, writing songs in English, and competing with the biggest stars in America seemed almost impossible. Once again, she ignored the doubts. She worked tirelessly to improve her English and carefully wrote songs that reflected both her Latin roots and her unique personality. In 2001, she released Laundry Service. Songs like Whenever, Wherever introduced her to millions of new fans across the United States and around the world. Overnight, Shakira became an international superstar. Her unique voice, energetic performances, and unforgettable dance style made her one of the most recognizable artists on the planet. Success continued for years. She released hit after hit, won Grammy and Latin Grammy Awards, performed at the biggest concerts, and became one of Colombia's greatest global ambassadors. Millions admired not only her music but also her intelligence, kindness, and commitment to helping others. Outside music, Shakira dedicated herself to education through her Pies Descalzos Foundation, helping children from disadvantaged communities receive better opportunities. She believed that true success meant lifting others along the way. But even the brightest stars face dark moments. In her personal life, Shakira spent many years with Spanish football star Gerard Piqué. Together they built a family and welcomed 2 sons. To fans, they looked like the perfect couple. Then, after more than a decade together, their relationship ended in a highly publicized separation. The breakup became international news. Suddenly, Shakira wasn't only dealing with heartbreak, she was doing it while the entire world watched. As if that weren't enough, she also faced legal challenges involving tax allegations in Spain. The headlines seemed endless, and public attention became overwhelming. Once again, people questioned her future. But Shakira responded the same way she always had. She turned pain into purpose. Instead of hiding from the world, she poured her emotions into her music. Songs inspired by heartbreak connected deeply with millions of listeners because they reflected real emotions, loss, disappointment, healing, and strength. Her music became even more powerful because it came from genuine life experiences. Through every challenge, she continued performing, creating, and caring for her children. She proved that difficult chapters don't have to define the rest of your life. Today, Shakira remains one of the best-selling Latin artists of all time and one of the most influential performers in music history. Her journey is not simply about fame or fortune. It's about resilience. From being told her voice wasn't good enough, to becoming one of the most recognizable voices in the world. From watching her first albums fail, to selling tens of millions of records. From experiencing heartbreak under the spotlight, to inspiring millions through music and perseverance. Her story reminds us that failure isn't the end of the road. Rejection doesn't define our future. Pain can become strength, and setbacks can become the foundation for something extraordinary. Shakira's life teaches us that dreams require courage, success requires persistence, and true greatness comes from never giving up, even when life seems determined to stand in your way. Sometimes the world's loudest applause comes after its harshest criticism. And that's exactly what makes Shakira's journey so inspiring. She didn't become a legend because life was easy. She became a legend because she kept moving forward, no matter how many obstacles stood in her path.